Welcome to NFL News Update, where touchdowns meet headlines. Stay in the game with the freshest NFL updates. This is your quick dive into football fervor.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, I think, will be very effective in removing hip drop tackles. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said on Tuesday that the move to ban the swivel hip drop tackle is a positive step for the league's player health and safety. Listen, it's a play that has 20 times the injury factor, Goodell said during his news conference at the conclusion of the annual league meeting in Orlando, Florida. From that standpoint, you can't allow that. We've been very effective and very clear when we see a technique that we think is going to increase the safety of our players, particularly at that kind of rate. I'm not sure we've had anything at that kind of rate. We're going to work to try to remove it from the game. I think we'll be very effective in doing that. Even if some worry about the quality of the game by removing one way a defender can take a player to the ground, the support for banning the hip drop tackle was widespread. The NFL's competition committee and the league's owners were unanimous in their belief that the play needed to be earmarked for penalty. While a subset of players and the NFL Players Association voiced their concern, Goodell told reporters that all the parties came together to study the effects of the hip drop tackle before its banishment. We met with the Players Union and the Competition Committee back in Indianapolis, Goodell said on Tuesday. They came in and they expressed their view immediately. We had an opportunity to go through all of the plays from a video standpoint. We had them hear from our engineers as well as ask questions of our engineers and our committee members. Now the league's officials must get up to speed on the new rules and plan on implementation during games. But Goodell did not believe adding more to referees' plates would be a problem during the 2024 NFL season. I think that we talked a great deal about this. It's not unusual, Goodell said. When we had the lowering of the head, penalty added, and the head-to-head contact, there was a transition period. We're going to make sure that the officials are comfortable that when they see something clear and obvious, they throw the flag. And if calls are missed live during games, the league office will have the officials' backs there, too, Goodell said. Otherwise, we will see it on videotape, he said on Tuesday. We will see it on tape on Monday, and we'll deal with fines and discipline. It's been an effective way to do it, and it will not put all that pressure on the officials alone to get that right. NFL to play 2 games on Christmas, a Wednesday, during 2024 season. The NFL is embracing midweek holiday spirit in 2024. The league will hold 2 games on Christmas, a Wednesday, this season. Hans Schroeder, NFL Executive Vice President of Media Distribution, announced at the annual league meeting on Tuesday. From what we've seen the last couple years is really some unprecedented growth, and not just on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, too, Schroeder explained Tuesday. The last couple of years have had the highest regular season game ever viewed in the regular season. That mindset, that opportunity, that belief we have that football brings people together. That's even truer on these big holidays that happen throughout the year. When we saw the viewership from this past year, really our fans spoke. We certainly saw and believe that they are very much enjoying and wanting NFL football on Christmas. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a couple of games, like we've typically played for well over a decade, probably more than that, on Saturday of Week 16, and then come back and play a couple of games on Christmas Day on Wednesday. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said he didn't anticipate player health concerns being an issue with teams playing Christmas games on a short week. Well, I think the days are the same for us. We've done this, Goodell explained. In fact, COVID was a learning opportunity. I think it was the first time we played on a Wednesday. It will not be a regular thing. It will be when Christmas falls on a Wednesday. But the time period between games has been done before. We have not seen any elevation of injuries. You all, and we, have had a major focus on Thursday night when we first put it in, and we've still not seen any kind of elevation of injuries. So I think we have this down. The 2023 season featured 3 games on Christmas Day, which kicked off with the Raiders' shocking upset win over the Chiefs in Kansas City and included a surprisingly close finish between the Giants and Eagles. Both games led up to a highly anticipated clash between elites in Santa Clara, California, where the Ravens dominated the 49ers in front of a primetime audience. Last season's Christmas Day tripleheader drew historic ratings, with all 3 games ranking among the top 5 Christmas Day NFL games on record, dating back to 1988. The Raiders-Chiefs stunner averaged 29.6 million viewers, making it the second most watched Christmas Day game in NFL history, behind only Bengals-Vikings in 1989. Giants-Eagles averaged 29 million viewers, while Ravens-49ers averaged 27.6 million, a number that likely would have been higher had Baltimore not taken a commanding 30-12 lead early in the third quarter. Those games occurred on a Monday, though, making 2024's Wednesday contests an interesting scheduling experiment. Judging by past efforts, this, like the league's many broadcasting innovations before it, will succeed. The NFL is banking on its ever-growing popularity, and with recent ratings and togetherness in mind, intends to keep football intertwined with holiday traditions this winter and perhaps for years to come. NFL announces 2 exclusive streaming games for 2024 season, including one postseason game. The NFL announced 2 exclusive streaming games for the upcoming 2024 season on Tuesday during the annual league meeting. Peacock, NBCUniversal, will exclusively stream the Week 1 game in Sao Paulo, Brazil on Friday, September 6. This contest, the NFL's first-ever regular season game in South America, will also mark the first Friday night game on opening weekend in over 50 years. The Philadelphia Eagles are the designated team, though their opponent and other details on the game are to be announced at a later date. In addition, Prime Video, already home to Thursday Night Football, will stream a wild card game this season. It will be the second time a playoff game has been available exclusively via a streaming service, after last season's wild card game between the Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs on Peacock. As media consumption habits evolve, the NFL continues to work with our partners to put our games on digital platforms where our fans are increasingly spending their time, Hans Schroeder, NFL Executive Vice President of Media Distribution, said in the announcement. The viewership success of both Thursday Night Football on Prime Video and the historic wild card game on Peacock last season are strong indicators our streaming distribution is resonating with our fans. As has been the long-standing NFL policy, both Peacock's Week 1 game in Brazil and Prime Video's wild card game will be available for free, over-the-air broadcast television in the local markets of the competing teams, as well as on mobile devices with NFL+. It's exciting for Peacock to exclusively showcase the NFL's first-ever regular season game in Brazil as part of NBC Sports' unprecedented presentation of 3 primetime games on the NFL's opening weekend, said Rick Cordella, President, NBC Sports. Peacock continues to deliver the best experience in sports streaming, as this game will follow this summer's Paris Olympics and Paralympics, which will have every event live streamed on the service. We are thrilled to bring the excitement of an NFL wildcard playoff game to Prime Video for the first time, said Jay Marine, Global Head of Sports and Ads, Prime Video. Following our first 2 groundbreaking seasons of Thursday Night Football and our first ever Black Friday football game, we're proud to expand our relationship with the league, and we're looking forward to continuing to innovate for fans this season.